Five Nights at Freddy's 8-hour special delivery is the next terrifying installment in the FNAF franchise. Players will confront malfunctioning animatronics in the real world and attempt to survive these horrors come to life. This statement, found in the game's official description, captures both the premise and the unnerving reality of FNAF 8-hour special delivery. Unlike traditional entries in the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise, where horror is confined to a dim office or a pizza, special delivery literally brings the animatronics to you. Through augmented reality, players are no longer safe behind a screen. They must contend with hostile machines in real time in the environment they inhabit every day. Released as the first official FNAF AR title, Special Delivery represents a significant evolution in the franchise approach to fear. Whereas previous games relied on psychological horror and jump scares combined with narrative spaces, FNAF AR merges the digital with the physical. In doing so, it asks not only how long can you survive, but also how much horror can reality endure. FNAF AR was developed to capitalize on the popularity of mobile augmented reality, a genre popularized by games like Pokemon Go. Scott Cawthon and Steelbook Studios designed Special Delivery as an experience that combines classic FNAF jump scares, animatronic lore, and location-based interactivity. The conceptual innovation lies in the on-demand animatronic experience. Through Fazbear Entertainment's fictional Fazbear Funtime service, players subscribe to receive animatronics at their location. The service promises fun and entertainment, but in true FNAF fashion, the promise is subverted. The animatronics malfunction and attack subscribers, transforming everyday spaces into areas of survival horror. This dynamic elevates fear by removing the traditional barriers between games and players. Horror is no longer something that happens on screen. It is something that follows you. AR also introduces a new layer of immersion by leveraging a player's real-world surroundings. FNAF AR challenges players to think tactically in a three-dimensional space. Walls, furniture, and corners become part of the gameplay, while sounds, design, and visual cues, footsteps, static, and flickering lights bring the animatronics to life. The gameplay of FNAF AR is divided into three primary systems: the map, the camera, and the workshop. Each system represents a distinct approach to survival strategy and engagement with the animatronic threat. The map is the player's central interface for location-based gameplay. Using GPS, the game overlays animatronics' positions in real time, showing their proximity to the player's animatronics can roam freely, and the player must respond quickly when they approach the house zone. A virtual boundary represents the player's safe space. The map also enables tools for strategy, including transponders to reveal animatronics, radio jammers to temporarily disable them, and instant delivery to summon specific animatronics. Here, strategy becomes layered. The players must weigh risk against reward, deciding whether to confront or to avoid encounters. Ignoring the doorbell or exciting encounters prematurely result in lost streaks, adding a sense of persisting tension. Encounters occur through the camera interface, which functions both as a defensive and resource collection tool. When animatronics enter the player virtual room, the player cannot always see them. Footsteps, ambient noise, and static serve as indicators of proximity. The player arsenal includes flashlights, reveals animatronics, and draws remains, light and shadow toward the player. Its use consumes battery power, creating a tension between survival and resource management. Control Shop temporarily deactivates decloaked animatronics. However, improper timing or overuse can result in catastrophic failure. Freddy Fazbear's Mask, a defensive tool against certain toy animatronics, forcing players to follow eye contact mechanics carefully. Encounters also feature unique AR mechanics. Cloaking renders animatronics invisible, forcing players to track static patterns and subtle audio cues to anticipate attacks. Haywiring events simulate system failures. Animatronic glitch, twitch, and emit distorted noise, requiring precise response based on eye color cues. This level of unpredictability ensures that no encounter is ever the same and reinforces the central theme of FNAF AR: fear, constant, adaptive, and immediate. Battery management is a critical aspect of survival. Both the flashlight and controlled shock consume power, and running out results in inevitable failure unless extra batteries are available. This mechanical creates strategic tension, forcing players to make difficult decisions: when to conserve, when to attack, and when to prioritize survival over rewards. It is a mechanical reflection of the narrative. In a world where faster entertainment systems are malfunctioning, every choice has a consequence. One of the most innovative aspects of FNAF AR is its collection and customization system. Players can collect remnants, both light and shadow forms, through AR's exploration, which are then used to upgrade endoskeletons, unlock mod slots, and enhance performance. Shadow remnants are in particular introduce a risk-reward dynamic. Collecting too many in a short period triggers the appearance of Black Bonnie, mysterious and highly aggressive animatronic. The workshop allows the player to assemble endoskeletons, attach CPUs, apply plush suits, and deploy animatronics for scavenging or attacks on other players. This system transforms the players from a passive survivor into an active manipulator of animatronic forces, blurring ethical boundaries. Players are effectively replicating Fazbear's Entertainment's own reckless behavior, harnessing sentient machines for personal gain while managing the risk of violent malfunctioning. This mechanic echoes the larger FNAF narrative. Animatronics are never truly tamed, and the player's attempts to control them are temporary and precarious. By engaging with the workshop, players participate in the same moral compromises that define the franchise. FNAF AR's multiplayer mechanics further enhance its tension. Players can send animatronics to attack friends or others, creating a competitive environment where risk is shared. This mechanic emphasizes the social horror of the franchise. Danger is no longer isolated, but extended the threat into the player's social network. The game reflects the pervasive and unavoidable nature of Fazbear Entertainment's legacy, strategically customizing endoskeletons with mismatched CPUs and plus suit adds psychological depths. Players must anticipate human behavior, leveraging fear and uncertainty to maximize success. In this way, FNAF AR does not just simulate horror, it socializes it. While FNAF AR is primarily a gameplay-focused experience, it is steeped in franchise lore. The Fazbear Funtime service is a thinly veiled corporate facade, echoing the deceit of previous games like FNAF 6. Animatronics malfunction, attack subscribers, and leave traces of remnant, a substance tied to the lingering presence of spirits from previous tragedies. Black Bonnie's sudden appearance serves as both narrative and mechanical climax, representing uncontrolled chaos. Its connection to Shadow Bonnie and the larger FNAF mythos reinforces the franchise's theme. Technology cannot contain horror indefinitely, and corporate oversight will inevitably fail. FNAF AR's positioned players with this failure, making the horror both personal and participatory. FNAF AR represents a significant technological innovation in the franchise. By leveraging augmented reality, the game breaks down the traditional fourth wall. Fear becomes spatial, temporal, and personal. Animatronics do not simply appear on a screen, they occupy the player's environment. Glitches, static, and haywire events reinforce the sensation of intrusion, making everyday spaces, bedrooms, living rooms, even offices potentially lethal. This shift is thematically consistent with FNAF's ongoing critique of corporate irresponsibility. Just as Henry, Emily, and Michael Afton's confront the consequences of William Afton's negligence, players confront the immediate dangers of Fazbear Entertainment unregulated expansion into the real world. The meaning of AR becomes a tool for narrative as well as gameplay, merging fear with lived experience. In FNAF AR, players occupy dual roles, survivor and engineer. They must defend themselves from animatronics while also collecting parts and assembling their own. This duality mirrors the series' moral tension. Humanity attempts to manipulate what it does not understand, and such control is always temporary. Sending animatronics to attack others raises ethical questions. Players replicate the franchise's foundational horror, turning machines' designs for entertainment into instruments of harm. The gameplay thus becomes a mediation on responsibility. Survival is insufficient. One must navigate power and morality simultaneously. Five Nights at Freddy's AR Special Delivery represents a milestone in interactive horror. By merging augmented reality, resource management, and franchise lore, it transforms the traditional FNAF formula into something intermediate, immersive, and socially complex. The game asks players not only to strive, but to act, decide, and relate while under constant threat. The horrors of Fazbear Entertainment are no longer confined to fictional spaces. They follow the player home, inhabit their rooms, and infiltrate their social network. AR technology ensures that every encounter is personal, unpredictable, and uniquely terrifying. In the end, FNAF AR demonstrates that the most enduring horror is not just what monsters do, but what humans allow them to do. Players are not just surviving animatronics, they are confronting the consequences of a world where curiosity, technology, and corporate greed collide. And in this world, there is no safe space, only strategy, vigilance, and the hope that the lights stay on. One game that truly changes the entire FNAF timeline. One game that truly defies all logic and reasoning and just makes you just laugh at every decision they made. I mean, Steelwool, come on. I mean, you got two opposing Freddy here. You got, ending the game immediately the moment you start. Like, so many glitches. This is security breach. The Mega Pizzaplex. The Mega Pizzaplex stood as a sprawling beacon of neon and excitement, its lights flashing in time with cheerful music. Children ran through its massive hallway while families watched the glam rocks. Freddy, Chica, Monty, and Roxy performed on stage. Each animatronic was a marvel of engineering, designed to entertain and amaze their brightly colorful exterior, hiding the intricate systems inside. But not everything in the Pizzaplex was as perfect as it seemed. On this particular night, the opening sequence of events would change the lives of one boy and one animatronic forever. The day began like any other with a fully animated cutscene. The glam rats hits the stage with practiced precision, performing to the delight of the crowd. The lights gleamed off Freddy's polished metal, Monty's guitar gleamed on the spotlight, and Chica spun gracefully in the signature dance moves. But then something went horribly wrong. Glamrock Freddy's systems began to glitch. Sparks flickered across his chest as his head twitched unnaturally. The crowd didn't notice, but backstage the lights flickered ominously. Freddy collapsed mid-performance, falling to the stage with a heavy metallic thud. Panic spread amongst the staff, and the show abruptly ended. Freddy's consciousness flickered as he rebooted. He woke up alone in the photo room, disoriented and confused. It was there he met Gregory, a small boy hiding from the night guard Vanessa. Gregory's wide eyes reflected both fear and determination. I'm hiding from her, Gregory whispered, glancing nervously towards the doors. She's dangerous. Freddy's voice, calm and mechanically yet strangely reassuring, responds, I'll help you. We'll get out of here. Gregory crawled through a narrow fence to locate a photo pass that would unlock Freddy's confinement. Together they ventured into the maze-like corridors, dodging security cameras and avoiding Vanessa's patrols. The medical station became their first test. Freddy led Gregory into the hidden room, the hum of machinery echoing around them. Gregory hid as Vanessa approached, scolding Freddy for his apparent negligence before walking away. The boy let out a quiet sigh of relief, realizing he had only just escaped the first true danger. But safety was fleeting. Freddy's battery eventually died, leaving Gregory to navigate the Pizzaplex alone. This marks the beginning of his real trial, learning to sneak, evade, and survive against the animatronics designed to hunt him. Gregory soon found himself at the daycare, where he encountered Sun, the seemingly cheerful daycare attendant. Initially, Sun appeared playful and encouraged Gregory to join in games, but the situation quickly escalated, with Gregory discovering that he needed to distract Sun to access a key at the front desk. Then, the power failed. Sun's cheerful exterior twisted into something horrifying. He became Moon, a menacing presence intent on punishing Gregory for breaking the rules. The boy had to locate and reactivate 5 generators to restore the light, turning Moon back into the seemingly harmless Sun. Even after surviving, Sun called a security alert, alerting other animatronics to Gregory's location. Freddy now recharged, helping guide him onward, but their path was far from safe. Vanny, a mysterious figure in a rabbit suit, stalked them silently, her presence a constant terrifying threat. But Gregory acquired a vast map from the map staff bot, revealing the sprawling complexity of the Pizzaplex. 4 floors, including 2 basements, the map offered multiple paths, each fraught with danger. Route 1, through L-chips in the arcade loading to the security office and the prize counter, or Route 2, via a vent near salads and sides to the loading dock. Both paths present their own unique hazards. Route 1, which is in L Chips in the arcade. In the L Chips route, Gregory encountered locked doors, infestations of staff bots, and wind-up Music Man chased him through narrow fence. After falling through obstacles and evading the relentless animatronic, Gregory entered the security office to obtain a security badge. Alarms triggered, drawing Monty and Roxy. Gregory had to hide until Freddy intervened, shutting off the alarms and luring the two animatronics away. The next challenge involved a locked fire exit, requiring Gregory to navigate to an elevator to continue his journey, mentioning tension and suspense as the Pizzaplex itself seemed almost alive in opposition to him. The second route, which was the loading dock path offered equally intense threats. Gregory evading Glamrock Chica across catwalks, using fence for cover while Freddy provided guidance. The boy had to use the Pizzaplex's own pizza delivery system as a distraction to navigate blocked doors and power-depleting obstacles. Eventually, Gregory faced a higher security clearance and had to evade multiple staff bots. Each encounter racked up the tension. Both paths converged when a map staff both attempted to stop him, leading to Vanessa capturing Gregory. He was locked in Lost and Found, where Vanny taunted him with chilling questions. "Are you having fun yet?" Using a screwdriver, Gregory escapes through a vent, narrowly avoiding Vanny's deadly pursuit. Freddy contacted him once again, directing him to Roxy's Raceway. At Roxy's Raceway, Freddy lay malfunctioning. Having missed his recharge, Gregory helped guide him to parts and service, acquiring a backstage pass and navigating storage rooms while being pursued by Roxanne. Throughout the Pizzaplex, Gregory collected security passes, performance DVDs, and other tools critical for survival. Freddy required repairs via a Simon Says minigame, after which he regained functionality. The pair then undertook a series of upgrades, equipped Freddy the Monty Claus or Chica voice box, granting new abilities to overcome obstacles and hostile animatronics. This segment tested both strategy and timing, with Gregory using upgrade Freddy abilities to navigate the maze like Pizzaplex, evade enemies, and deactivate threats such as Roxanne, who was tricked into a fiery trap. The Pizzaplex grew increasingly hostile. Endoskeletons activated, stalking Gregory in shadows and vents. Wind up Music Man and other threats chase him relentlessly, forcing him to think quickly and act decisively. Each room, hallway, and vents became a puzzle of survival. Gregory gathered components and upgrades for Freddy, enhancing their partnership. They confronted Moon again, deactivated staff variants, and prepared for encountering with Vanny, the silent manipulator behind the chaos. We finally reach the multiple endings series, so, different endings. They'll be time-stamped in chapters if you want to know which one you can go through. As the night wore on, Gregory faced a pivotal decision: stay with Freddy or leave the Pizzaplex. The ending where you leave, Gregory escapes alone. Comic-style cutscenes hint at homelessness and multiple disappearances. Vanny finds Gregory again, likely killing him off-screen probably. The stay ending, where Gregory remains with Freddy, unlocking bonus content, secret areas, and collectibles. He gains a party pass, allowing exploration of previously inaccessible zones, which leads to other endings depending on player choices, which are not limited to the rooftop ending, where Gregory collects nearly all items, escapes through a fire exit, and watches Freddy burn down the Pizzaplex to save him, revealing Vanny's identity as having two Vannys? Huh? Okay. I guess we have two Vannys. Or, the theories is that that's the AI Vanny and that's Vanessa, or that it's Elizabeth in one and then Vanessa in the other. The second ending is the gateway ending, where Gregory and Freddy escape the loading dock. A car battery jumpstarts Freddy, and the two drive off together happily ever after. The Disassemble Vanny ending, where Gregory discovers Vanny's secret room and attempts to ambush her, only for Freddy to sacrifice himself, and Gregory must evade all remaining animatronics to survive. And then the Redemption ending, where completing minigames allows Gregory to free Vanny from Glitch Trap, ending with a peaceful scene of Gregory, Freddy's head, and Vanny sharing ice cream at sunrise. Or the quote-unquote Canon Ending, or the burn it all down ending, whichever one you want to say, where Gregory and Freddy confront Burntrap in the hidden basement. After a tense boss fight with Chica, Monty, Roxy, and Freddy, they escape, leaving the Pizzaplex ablaze as the blob kills the Burntrap, which is actually the Mimic. But the Mimic is wearing the Burntrap animatronic Burntrap stuff. You know, that definitely didn't get retconned. I assure you, did not get retconned. Security Breach is a story of survival, trust, and resilience in an environment designed to control and trap. Gregory's journey from a hiding boy to a resourceful survivor highlights his courage and intelligence. Freddy acts as both protector and guide, forming a partnership that is crucial for survival. The Pizzaplex itself is almost a character. Its corridors, vents, and animatronics designed to create a labyrinth of tension and danger. Every encounter tests not just Gregory's physical dexterity, but his capacity for strategic thinking. Ultimately, the narrative emphasizes friendship, choice, and consequences. How Gregory navigates the Pizzaplex, whom he trusts, and what he decides to do in critical moments all determine the outcomes of the night. In a world built for entertainment, the true danger lies in its hidden system, and survival depends on wit, courage, and the unlikely alliance between a boy and the animatronic. Or that Gregory could be a robot.